I would like to invite Jack for the first pitch. Jack Stroeken, welcome.
Yeah, hello. Thank you.
And I have a question for you that you know which one I'm going to ask because I've been asking it for the past sessions. It's what drives you? And also the question that I would like to add to that is the same question that I've asked the audience,
Yes.
which is what breakthroughs in 2023 do you expect
Yeah.
that can be of value to your company?
Yes, what drives me is that I want to let consumers, people experience what food can do. Food can do what the production can do, and what even the soil can offer to their health, but also to taste. So there's an enormous potential. That's what we want to unlock. And then the second question about the breakthrough. For us, the breakthrough will be that we offer food boxes, of course, but the basis is healthy lifestyle programs, recipes, focusing on personalized goals and needs, and that the programs that we offer, the lifestyle programs digitally, are becoming, let's say, more mainstream, together with partners, corporates, companies, with employees, offering them a solution to get people in a more healthy lifestyle. Yeah, and that's what we are going to realize today, this year, but also together with Eric. He's also here in the room. And
what's Eric's last name?
Brenningmeijer.
Brenningmeijer.
Yeah, and we got some nice launching customers like Achmea, and that's what we like to roll out.
Excellent. Well, you've got about 5 to 6, 7 minutes. I've seen the amount of slides, so I will be generous here to tell you a story about EcoMenu and also keep in mind what is it that you potentially can use or would like to ask the audience.
Okay, good morning all. My name is Jack Stroeken, EcoMenu, and the theme of my presentation is how to realize 50% less true costs in health and environment using data. So, who is EcoMenu? We are active in the food market and in the health market, part of the scale-up food system in the Benelux, based in Amsterdam, having fulfillment in Utrecht, and about 40 people in total, early scale-up, B Corp, and active in the Netherlands and in Belgium, using 3 languages, so and potentially also ready to roll out to other countries. So the mission is that we want to change the food system, but using your fork. So not farm to fork, but fork to farm, because there's lots of potential that can be unlocked at the consumer level. So let consumers experience the impact on their health and on the soil and on the climate, using the fork and eating the food, and also discovering then also the extra taste that is in that. And of course that can be done with a sound business model, not only for us, but a sound business model for the whole food chain. Because vitality, climate, environment are very much linked to each other, it is important that we think from a holistic health concept. So healthy you, healthy soil, healthy plants, healthy planet. It's one system. It's very difficult to separate them. And that's why we developed our platform, but also our data very much from this view, so they are all linked together. Something about the consumer. We see in market research that 50% of the consumers are very uncertain about their food choices. This is a research from Motivation in Amsterdam, and we see that lots of people are not knowing what is the right choice to make in the supermarket. Another research from Foodlog showed that less than half of the Europeans has confidence in the integrity of the food system. And the larger the companies are, the less confident there is. Even if we compare food to other markets, you see that there is lots of distrust in this system and in the companies. So where does it come from? It has something to do also with the food and the interaction with the consumer. Looking at true cost or true pricing, we see that according to the United Nations, that the real true cost of food are 3 times higher than what you pay in the supermarket. In Germany, they even say it's a factor 5. UN says factor 3, and these true costs are linked to cost of health, coming from an unhealthy diet, environmental costs, and also some economic costs. So we see here, $10 trillion paid in the supermarket, and $29 trillion in terms of total cost. So for us, this is an enormous potential. So there is an enormous market in terms of true cost. And we want to unlock that market. So the BHAG of EcoMenu, our big, hairy, ambitious goal, is being the number 1 food provider with the highest impact. Cutting 50% of the health costs based on an unhealthy diet, and also cutting 50% of the environmental costs coming from the food chain. All linked to the diet that people eat. All compared to the average supermarket meal. We developed ETNA, Environment, True Cost and Nutrition Assessment, our ETNA platform. That is the source of our data, and in the end also the source of the footprint that we calculate. So we are the first that launched a footprint on the cash receipt last year, the first worldwide, as you see in this picture. This is of course a paper version of our digital cash receipt, and those data on CO2, nitrogen, on vitality, healthy life years to be expected, and also, let's say, the vegetables content that come from ETNA, and also there we see the same aspects, vitality, climate and environment, all interlinked together. So that is our data platform. So we translate environment data and health data to consumer information that is being seen on the recipes, being seen on the total order of the week, and also in your order sheet, cash receipt that you received in the end. And how do we do that experience? Not only on the cash receipt, you see here also the recipes with information. We are just discovering what should we put in front. Is it the CO2 or is it the Vita score? So we are doing A/B testing, of course, to see what is working best. And then on the rest of the recipe, you see all the other information, impact scores. And in fact, I think we should think beyond nutritional data as food value. So if you talk about calories or fats, why not CO2 and all those other aspects in the same concept? The results that we see among our consumers or employees or patients in health programs are beyond expectations. I just looked up our recent market research, and we see that we realize minus 46% CO2 versus the average supermarket meal, minus 33% if you compare the same meal that was bought through our chain or bought in the supermarket, 50% less use of scarce water, and 22% less risk on chronic diseases, so 22% plus healthy life years to be expected. This is excluding the impact of organic production on biodiversity, soil, and coming from that, the immune system and microbiome, because there's no food data on that. So these figures are not influenced by organic or different food production. The true costs, of course, we would like to calculate that based on those factors that we analyze, but that formula we haven't haven't found finally. So there's a concept, but we want to calculate the real true cost, learning from, let's say, the graph that the UN showed us, and use that for our own products and recipes. Also, consumers and employees say 70% says, okay, we contribute to a more cleaner environment, we eat more healthy, and also even I improved my immune system. I believe that because I eat organic food. In the healthcare programs that we do, we see 90% that succeed in their weight loss goals. So it's not only about what you eat, it's very much also about how you eat and what is your buying pattern, where do you buy the food, is there waste that you buy, how can you control the amounts, etc. And also very interesting is that we found out in the glucose studies, blood glucose studies, that in fact the food menu is as effective as the average diabetes medicine. So that unlocks a major potential that is very exciting. So to conclude, we have the personalized food boxes and personalized food lifestyle programs, digital. Yep. And that is coming together in an app that we will launch in the next months. We were the first food company certified as healthcare provider. So we are in the insurance of Zilveren Kruis now. We are also, we can declare some of the costs that people make in terms of coaching in the insurance. We are the number one with 5 stars according to the Dutch Consumentenbond in terms of health communication. We work together with diabetes partners to develop further the diabetes lifestyle program. We are B Corp, Force for Good, and we won the Future Award in Barcelona because of our footprint, food with the footprint that we developed and that we implemented on a consumer level. And of course, we would very much like to have more partners to work with us together to unlock the potential. And we have programs, excuse me, we have programs available that can be plugged in to your company or organization or whatever. Thank you very much.
Very impressive. Jack, how long have you been in business for?
In this company, we work now 6 years. We are 6 years active, somehow below the radar maybe for some people, but we're becoming more and more mainstream, and that's the challenge that we have, making our niche really mainstream. And the solution is, so that's why we just have to grow and join up with partners as a means to realize more consumers.
I like how you approach this. It's the size of the problem is also the size of the opportunity, and I see that you approach this in a very positive way. Even in your slides, you mentioned stuff like, okay, how does it contribute positively to your body and your environment? So in this way, you stimulate people in a positive way to make the healthy choice, the easy choice. Yeah. And I personally believe that is also a way forward to change, at least for the people that are in the front of change, that they are being triggered by positive emotion. Yeah. And you see that it's actually beneficial. I have a question from the audience, and it's a technical one. I'm sure you can answer that. It's how is the healthy life actually being measured? How many years of data have you got? How is it being validated?
Yeah, it's a system that works through the DALIs. And then there's in databases known in that GBD study comes out the risk points of low vegetable, high salt, too much red meat, and that is being put together to the impact on the healthy life years to be expected. That is translated in risk points, but risk is negative. Yeah. So we turn that around into positive points from 0 to 100. And on our website, ecomenu.com, choose English. If you're English speaking, you can go to Footprint, and there you see a paper, like a white paper, green paper, with explanation about how we calculate it.
Beautiful. Is there a final question that you might want to ask the audience?
My team is in the chat, so they can answer you as well, also after my presentation. So let's stay positive. There is too much negativism around food and agriculture, but there is a huge potential, so we follow the positive line.
Yeah, and we at Foodvalley are in full agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
Jack.
for the opportunity also.
Yes.
Okay.
Lovely.